the last episode I watched, which was episode 8, by the way, it was very interesting. There were a lot of things that were revealed in that episode that I'm just like interested in seeing how everything will progress after that. But I'm not so sure if they're gonna, just continue from there. I'm sure they're gonna go back and explain how Zeke is now part of the team. Sort of. I'm not so sure if he is actually part of the team or not. But at the end, they kind of, emphasize that he's part of the team. But yeah, let's watch episode 9 and 10 of Attack on Titan season 4.
Back when we still could have changed something.
See, I told you guys they're gonna go back. I don't know if I said it, but I know that they're gonna, go back and explain it.
Word from the advance party. It's been 2 hours.
Then have teams 2 and 3 prepare to land as well.
Yes, sir.
It's a devil.
The devil, not a Titan. Not saying it's a Titan, you're saying it's a devil. Seriously. So he carried the whole ship.
Hello! Huh? What are you saying, Niccolo?
I thought we were getting along so well.
Skit.
Niccolo.
Know this, you wretched devils! Marley doesn't negotiate with filthy bloods like you! And we're certainly not gonna sit down with you and drink the pig piss you call tea!
Huh? Oh, you sure about that? Maybe you should be more polite, unless you want to piss off the Titan looming behind you.
Aaron is just watching.
Marley will never bend to the power of devils! This is all she has to say to you!
What happened? Oh, he's the one who got shot.
Your hands up, Yelena!
Lay down your weapons.
What are you?
Do as she says.
Hanji, I'd like to accept your invitation. Let's have some tea. How I
Who is
long
that?
to meet you.
Who is that?
Aaron.
So it was not Annie. I was wrong that it was Annie. No, it's not Annie.
Can't say. But even if she's on our side, we obviously can't trust her.
No napping, Sasha.
I already miss Sasha. It's like, at least you got to see, these episodes where she was still alive, but I really, wish she was still alive.
Chance. If Marley comes to this island in force, we're finished. We've got to do something.
Oh. Oh, I see now.
Marley?
Never. It's amazing. I am in awe.
So what's the second reason?
Yeah, we want to know why she wants to join you.
Several nations.
Okay.
Can't be bothered to deal with parody now. You defeated the warrior unit, the Pride of Marley, and in doing so, you stripped Marley of 2 of its best weapons, the Colossal and Female Titans. You looked like something else entirely. A god. One that gave hope to the powerless.
Talking about Zeke the person who actually caused a lot of havoc on the island.
Zeke Yeager. We're the anti-Marleyan volunteers. And our goal is to free the Eldian people.
So that concludes.
He's full of shit.
What kind of feckless idiot?
It's like Erwin when he said,
He's telling the truth. I remember. The Founder's power has always been completely impossible for me to use. The only exception was when I touched a Titan with royal blood. Recognize that Titan from a picture. It had to be my dad's first wife, Dinah Fritz. Zeke is Dinah's son. He must have figured it out too. How to get around the king's vow renouncing war. How to activate the only...
Oh, he finally speaks up about that.
The millions of Titans sleeping in the walls. How to start the rumbling and crush the world.
Hey. Why did you keep quiet about this for so long?
It's true.
Because I was concerned for Historia's safety.
We need the volunteers' help. They have something called a radio.
I thought she was gonna say something, I don't know, and then she just gave something called a radio.
Our ship ran aground. We've been waiting so long for help.
We're coming! In the cove, huh?
Welcome to our defiled island of filth-blooded devils. You're gonna love it here.
I love how Levi say that.
Feel free to turn us down, but if you don't want to come ashore, you'll need to swim back home.
It was fun, in all its complexities and mysteries.
Oh, by the way, why is your skin so dark, Onion Capone?
They ever seen a black person? That's kind of funny.
Sevimir as well. We exist because we were wanted.
Wait, we were created? By who?
Don't be jerks. If you don't like how it looks, then don't eat it. Like I care what aliens think.
Oh, Sasha, meat.
Slow down! No fair, Sasha!
You're a genius. This is the best food I've ever eaten.
Hey, stop eating like some kind of pig!
I've never tasted anything like this.
There's plenty, so take your time.
I'm gonna miss Sasha.
We should be finished building the port soon. Progress has been fast since those Marleyan Before it comes to that, why don't we just talk to them? If we fix the world's misconceptions about us, threats...
Yeah, talking never really ends well.
Misconceptions do they have?
You know how they think we're scary monsters.
They think that because we can transform into man-eating titans. That's no misconception. That's right. And to buy ourselves that time, we need to show the world our strength.
Yeah, this is when E09 started turning into, the one we saw in the last episodes.
That we made the right choice back then. I can't help but wonder if there was some other path we could have taken.
I'm sorry, but please.
Marlians can go to hell.
Hey, Niccolo.
You okay?
No.
Now Nicola knows how it feels like to be an Eldian.
True that Sasha was killed? So it is. Then why? What the hell were you guys doing?
And this would be on the house, right?
Yeah.
I love that they didn't reject, But they're finding out the meat girl is being killed or it's something else.
Ignorance is scary, but delusion's even worse.
I'm going to kill you and ship your corpse back to Marley.
Come on, that's not the response he was expecting.
Should spell the end for your grandparents. That said, if this secret plan of yours isn't bullshit, I can wait and chop you up once it's finished. I don't care much either way.
Well, I appreciate your willingness to accommodate. But hey, I do get to meet Aaron soon, don't I?
There's no need to rush. We've prepared a nice little place for you to stay here. A beautiful hotel that you can relax at.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you, Levi. I don't believe that it's beautiful and all that.
This is all the Titan transformation serum we were able to steal from Marley. Sorry. The weapons that we offered you as gifts were intended to bring freedom to the Eldian people.
I know that this is a selfish...
Why this is happening? Why is this happening?
We're going to great lengths to keep Zeke on a tight leash.
It's fine, Commander. I understand. The day will soon come when we sit at the same table once again.
This is my hotel?
What better lodging could there be? It's a giant forest.
I knew it. I knew it,
Thought for using ODM gear, too.
Yep.
Hey, quick question. This natural wonder, would you mind letting me show it to Gabi and Falco?
Whether they get to see the sights or not depends on you.
Marley would have launched an immediate counterattack against our island. We've abandoned all hope for peace. But we didn't have a choice. Any more than the three of you did. Right?
Oh, any.
Say something. Please.
Why are you talking to any, like, out of all the people, I wasn't expecting him to be talking in.
For your life.
The only way to live is to fight.
To yourself while staring at your reflection. But how come? You just that bored, or? Hey, you said, so fight. Just fight, right? But when you
So he's now in his cell because, of all the things he did. Kabunaji, you know what he's saying.
Your silence isn't helping your case. I mean, why would you talk to yourself but then ignore another person? Talking about Titans, remember? Though looking back, I guess you just listened. As I rambled about my research.
Oh yeah, I remember that episode.
Trusted that you would never sacrifice Astoria.
For now, let's keep quiet and learn what we can from our guests.
Hey, so that symbol, why'd you only show it to Aaron?
Because I love Aaron. That's real.
That's because,
Hey, you're in a good mood.
Of course I am. It seems our ancestors were friends. They've left us both with heavy burdens to bear. But I couldn't have asked for a more perfect match than you.
Story is kind of funny, The hopeful,
This is a historic day for both our nations, and it's worth noting that this day would never have come if not for the man who brought us together.
Directional mobility gear is an anti-Titan weapon made in Paradis. This piece doesn't belong to Marley. I procured it myself.
Yeah, remember that episode is the first episode of season 2 when he took that
Type of fuel to operate. It's exceedingly rare. They're calling it iceberg stone.
I understand, and I'm ready. If the rumbling is essential to our survival, I'll do my part. I'm willing to inherit the Beast Titan from Zeke Yeager.
Not you. Somebody else. What did they say? What is happening?
If Zeke's plan is to buy our salvation at the price of broken...
You could have said that while you're sitting down.
He's slaughtered like livestock. Then I say he can go to hell and take his sick little plan with him. Staking our survival on the threat of the rumbling is a dangerous move. So before we commit to it, we should try to find another way. Let's use what time we have to look at our option. A real option either. So tell me, Hanji, is there anything you actually can do? If you know...
Why is Erin acting like a villain?
Tell me what it is!
Calm down, dude.
Ever the rebellious teen, huh? Grow up, idiot!
In Historia, you need to take better care of yourself.
Okay, so who's the father? We want to know who's the father.
If no one else will say it, then I will. We should have stuck with our plan and fed Zeke to Historia as soon as he got to the island. We'd all be safer if we had.
He started working there out of guilt. I believe him. He worked hard and kept his head down for years there. She approached him in the end.
I don't get...
Why? Why though?
What I'm concerned about is why the girl selfishly decided to get herself knocked up when she did. And I think I've got a good guess. Somebody told her that it would stop us from turning her into a Titan.
As you wish, sir. Clates. Niccolo. You should recommend this one.
There's a lot of things that are happening right now that I'm like, yeah, I need to see more to understand what is happening. Oh, they're building a train. You know what it is. A railway train. A railway, yeah, railway.
Opened his mouth and volunteered our help. We can develop the island and our muscles at the same time, my ass.
Well, we don't have much else to do except wait.
Yeah, well, we have to be here to watch over this moron, right?
You brats got taller. It's like you're sprouting up just a...
Yeah, they're taller than River. It's kind of fun.
Here, the Azumabitos replied.
What'd they say?
It's no good. Kizaru either can't or won't help us with this. Makes sense. Kizaru has a monopoly on any resources, spaces they've never seen. So
True.
let's sail out and meet them. If they don't know anything about us, then we'll just have to teach them.
That's not a good idea, to be honest. Right?
So the plan is to infiltrate Marley and set up a base there, huh?
I like it. Hanji has a plan for everything, am I right?
Convince the world that all we want is peace. Maybe our situation will change.
Just being hopeful, but it doesn't really work like that, you know.
Time left. My time will be up in just over 5 years. We need to make a decision soon. About who to give my Titan to.
It can't be you for more reasons than I can count.
Who do you think it should be?
Me.
This guy.
Of course.
Smarter than Aaron. We'd replace this suicidal maniac with a gifted leader who shows good judgment in all
I will see about that.
he is required. I don't much like getting his hand-me-downs. But hey, I'm the best candidate we've got.
Sure, except we can't afford to lose someone that valuable after just 13 years, moron.
Ah?
You should aim to become the regiment's next commander. I'll inherit Aaron's Titan myself. Yeah, that should work, right?
No, none of you.
Well, that won't work at all. You're way too much of an idiot. Use your head, Connie. This is a really important duty, and we can't entrust it to someone who's slow like you.
Huh?
He keeps on saying, huh?
I'm an experienced veteran, and I've proven that I'm someone you can rely
And I like meat, so eat a lot of people.
You guys.
I get that I have to, but still I really don't wanna.
Sasha, wait. You're not making any sense.
Huh?
I mean, you know, we can't give his Titan to an idiot. You just told me that. You're more of an idiot than me, which means you just contradicted yourself, right?
Come on, guys. Stop that.
I'm not planning on handing it down to any of you.
Why not?
Because you're important to me. More than anyone else. I hope you live long lives.
He cares about John Boy even though they fight a lot.
Making our faces red.
Oh, right. That makes sense. There's nothing to be done then.
You're wearing a red hat, that's why you can't turn red that fast. Also, sunset. Yeah, it's because of the sunset, not because of what was I thinking?
So Pixis detained the volunteers? Such a strong-arm tactic. It's hard to believe he'd go that
Then what?
Then I say, we'll need to be prepared to cut him down ourselves if necessary.
I won't let you.
Of course.
Are you taking their side too, Mikasa?
I'm taking Aaron's side, that's what I'm doing.
I don't think it'll come to that. Aaron cares about us more than anyone else. Everyone here should know that. Maybe that's why he's become so...
Connie, stop.
The bastard laughed. I wonder what part of our friend's death that it was. That he found so damn amusing.
So I was right that he loved, it sort of seemed like he was crying, but he loved.
You know everything about him, right?
We need to talk to him. Just Aaron, Mikasa, and me. We'll give him a chance to explain his goal.
Are you sure that'll help?
Okay, so these 2 episodes, well, they've been more, information based, and to be honest, I kind of expected that, considering that the last 4 episodes were more, action based. So yeah, it kind of makes sense that these 2 ones are more, information based. And to be honest, I kind of expected that. I do remember saying that in the last episode. Also, I would really love to see how Aaron became like this, why everything is happening this, how is Zeke end up sort of teaming up with them and all that. And sort of these 2 episodes kind of at least showed us some improvement is it improvement or some growth, considering that the Eldians are, on the Paradine Island, and they were not really much of involved, but now they're sort of going nationwide where they can approach other people and try to, help out and understand each other and sort of change the nation's views based on them, because the nation kind of views them as, devils and on an island and all that, so they want to change that, but at the same time, it's like impossible consider that some of the nations they kind of like that, they all hate them so that they can unite, sort of like a global peace because they need somebody to hate, and it's like they can live without any hating somebody or a nation. So that's kind of how I understand it, and based on how they explained it. Now, I really don't have much to say in these two episodes because there's not really much. There's a lot of information revealed, but at least there isn't really much that is clear so far. But I still do think that the story that they're trying to tell, I understand it. I get it, and I'm really interested in seeing how everything will play out and finding out how Aaron became like this. And so far, we haven't really gotten to the point where Aaron, we find out how he ends up living like this. Although we're kind of seeing him, change a little bit here and there. Every time he's on screen, it's like he's just getting more angry and angry about it. The more information he gets about what the outside world thinks about them, he gets more angry and angry, and it's really it's really it's story driven, I guess. It's really nice that they're trying to show us how he became this, and I want to know when was the tipping point? How did he end up on the island by himself? Not the island, on the Malay land, on that place. I want to know how he ended up there. But yeah, there's more, and also the whole story with almost getting or getting married. Then we also have it's like a lot of things that just happen within a switch of a button with the majority of the things that I'm just seeing. And sometimes if you don't really pay attention, like they go in the past, then in the future, past in the future, it's really funny, not funny, but confusing sometimes because we don't really know if you are watching something from the past and the future until they say something specific that really happened in the last episode. Then we're like, oh yeah, we're back in the present, I guess, not the past and future, but present, Then we go back in the past, Sometimes if they kind of, especially when they are kind of just a switch from Amini to Amini, it's like they really didn't change Amini that much, and the whole argument about Aaron making this decision, whether it's mostly because he was trying to protect his friends or because just there's other reasons, or he's now different and all that. It's understandable because if I was Connie, especially Connie, if it was Connie and Sasha, I think they were more closer than anybody else. Obviously, they're all friends, but Sasha and Connie were closer than while Sasha was close to the other people. So obviously, he's more hurt than the others, but they are all pretty much in pain about Sasha's death. So obviously, I'll be more like questioning Aaron's decision about ended up how he ended up just making that kind of decision of going to that place, the mainland, and causing all havoc without even initiating these failures and planning things out. That they just kind of came there supposed to rescue him because we have the funding 13, so they don't want him to die because of that. So it's really, we really don't want to see how that end up, and obviously it's understandable why Con will be questioning all that, and because of that Sasha is dead. So it's like if I try to look at it more, Aaron is perceived in the way he's feeling, he views things. I feel like it's more like I need to do this before I die, because obviously when you inherited one of the founding titans, you kind of you just kind of have like is it 8 or 13 years? 13 years, right? I think 13 years to live, then you die. So you need to just pass it to somebody else before you actually die. And when you pass it to somebody else, that's when you die. Either way, it doesn't matter how you pass it, but you die either way. But you need to pass it to somebody else, so that they can live the other 13 years and die too. It's sad, to be honest, that because of that you kind of have short limited lifespan if you become one of the titan. I mean, I thought it was cool at first, but when you think about this, 13 years, it might seem long, but you never know. We started noticing that it was short when you're like 10 years in it. But now we're seeing that our characters are growing very fast. We're kind of seeing that Erin is also running out of time. So he was like, I think that's one of the reasons why he ended up making that decision, is because he was running out of time and he doesn't really want to, pass the phonic Titan or any of his Titan forms to anybody, because he doesn't want anybody else to die like how he's, destined to. Also, it's very sad, and now he's become the villain that nobody wanted him. Everybody's questioning him, especially when you saw that scene when he was grabbing Anchi and he sort of almost transformed, but he didn't. It's like he lost part of himself. He lost emotions. That. Obviously, I really wanna, sort of see I mean, and Mikasa sit down with him, just to talk, like, why is he like this, And this is one of the moments where you go in a season, you see the last time you saw the main character or your favorite character, he was a good person, always motivated to do the right thing. Then you watch the next season, then you see like they're completely different. Becoming more villain than they could ever thought. It's not something that you're expecting, but it's something that you're seeing, and you're like asking a question like, okay, well, how did this end up happening? Why did the character end up sort of acting this way? So in this case, that's what is actually happening with it. Erwin. I feel like I really need to know what tipped him to kind of become the person he is. Obviously they're keeping him in a cell, but obviously he kind of explained like, I really, I'm just staying here because I want to stay here. If I really want to, get out of here, I could just easily get out of here, but I'm not going to do that. So I really want to know why everything is happening. I really want to know, and also the decision between the war arresting the people kind of helped them, sort of develop weapons. That I really want to know why too on that part. So yeah, it's very interesting how these two episodes, there are two episodes. Would expect them to review a lot of things or almost everything, but they really reviewed a lot, but at the same time, sort of like nothing. And I just want the next episodes to review a lot more, especially more on Eren, and also, why Historia ended up making that decision. That's something that I didn't talk about. Yeah, like, why did Historia end up marrying somebody we don't even know? Why did she decide to get married? I bet that she did it because she doesn't want to inherit the Beast Titan, because they were planning to make sure that she inherit the Beast Titan in order to save them and all that, but I don't think she wants to do that. And she was like, I'm gonna get married, and that is going to sort of, I don't know, maybe it will change because of that. It will make it, it will change the aspect of bloodline and all that. So I really don't know why she decided that. And it seems like some of the people that she works around with or she works with are sort of now mad about it, and they are like, some of them are like willing to go outside the rulebook and sort of force it upon it to sort of eat Isaac and inherit the best eternity, because of they want to be safe, they want their safety. And also, what was that guy doing in the basement? Is sort of recommending a different drink than that guy, or like, is it poison, or what is it about? So, you see, this is what I'm talking about. Is like there's a lot of things that are actually happening in this, and I'm wondering what is the purpose of everything that is happening. Obviously, we see that the island are kind of developing with the war, having a railway, and it's kind of funny to see, to be honest. Also, they kind of discussed, how they're gonna have their own station on the Maliland, and yeah, I think that's how they ended up having a station there. So yeah, guys, that's my review to episode 9 and 10 of Attack on Titan season 4. Very informative, very informative, but at the same time very confusing because I don't understand anything yet. So guys, if you like my reaction, make sure that you do leave a like, subscribe. I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.